Today on Softball 360, it's California dreaming as the world comes to Southern Cal for the World Cup of Softball. Can Team USA defend the title as world champs? Later, Carly Applin goes one-on-one with head coach Ken Erickson to get the latest news on softball and the possible return to the Olympics. We'll have a Stadium Power Tour flashback as a rookie named Kevin Flip Philby won it all in Miami back in 2012. The ASA Stadium Power Tour Finals return to Miami this year, and we'll have a preview. And it's double trouble with the Tower of Power and the Crawdaddy. We're hanging out with Team Combat's Johnny McCraw and Chris Grienert. From show bombs to a championship, we cover it all. Stay tuned. Softball 360, presented by the ASA, starts right now.
Excited to bring you the news, features, and the how-to.
All right, it's time to get it on.
Welcome to Softball 360 and welcome to the heart and soul of softball. This is the World Cup of Softball. I'm Carly Applin and we're just south of Los Angeles in Irvine at Bill Barber Park as the best women's softball teams across the globe gather to play for their country and determine a champion.
For the softball world, it was California, here we come, as the nations of the softball community made the trek, took the test, and checked out the best America has to offer. Southern Cal and Bill Barber Park in Irvine are the happy hosts of the 9th annual World Cup of Softball.
The kids love it. We had a house full of kids in here last night. They love softball. That's the most fantastic thing, the kids that come to watch the games.
It's also the venue where Team USA must defend its hard-fought and well-deserved title of world champs.
Versus your team, the red, the white, and the blue, Team USA.
They say the world is watching, and the rest of the competition continues to make big strides with the goal of upsetting Team USA. Japan, Venezuela, Canada, Puerto Rico, Mexico. These are all solid teams with excellent coaches and athletes. And on the right day, one of these teams could make the move and stand atop the softball globe.
Huepa, Puerto Rico.
But it was Team USA who took the first step to victory. Strong pitching is a key foundation to a victory. And Team USA set the pace early and often, tamping down the batters at the plate. Ali Carta went big early with a no-no as she shut down Team Argentina with 7 strikeouts and a no-hitter.
What does it mean for you to get a no-hitter during games like this during the World Cup of Softball?
I'm honored to be able to just play for USA, so it's really fun to be out here and throw a no-hitter, fortunately.
When you look ahead to the future of softball, are you looking at those Olympics at all? Are you looking at 2020, wondering, are you guys going to be playing there?
Yeah, definitely. I think we all are. You know, it's really exciting to be, hopefully be able to be back in, and there's so many people who are pulling for the sport and just for, you know, in general, women's sports. So I hope we can, and if we do, it's going to be a great honor to be there.
A championship team is only as good as its bench, and that may be the strength of Team USA. Depth and quality players. The junior national team is where the next chapter of softball history is being written, and this novel reads like an action-adventure tale. The USA junior team are the young up-and-comers who need just a little seasoning.
I think just getting to go out there and play with a whole bunch of players that are trying to do the same thing as you is just a rush.
It was sister versus sister as Sydney Romero and her junior team took on her big sis, Sierra Romero, from the U.S. national team.
Talk about the level of competition here at the World Cup of Softball.
It's the best of the best, and we knew playing against a junior team wasn't going to be easy. They're the best at what they do, and they're great athletes, and we were just coming out here ready for a good game, and that's what we got.
Are there any nerves when you're going up against your sister? Is it a little different for you to play her?
It's weird because I'm always cheering for her, even when she's up to bat. I mean, I want her to get a hit, but if she doesn't, great, because it could do damage.
Having fun and staying loose, that's part of what makes Team USA a fan favorite. But it may get serious for the ladies of Team USA very soon. The strong possibility of the return to the Olympics in 2020 is the lead story, and many of the Team USA juniors must be ready to step up to the really big show.
I mean, it's nice to be called the future of American softball, I guess, but I don't think there's any pressure on us looking at 2020. Right now, we're just worrying about the next game, so we're just really excited to be here, and if some of us end up playing on the 2020 Olympic team, hopefully it comes back. That would be awesome.
We'll have more from the World Cup of Softball and meet the ladies from Team USA a little later in the show. But if you have a story idea or want to give a shout out to me and the crew, we are always live at softball360.com. Back in a flash, stay tuned.
When Softball 360 returns, much more from the World Cup of Softball as Team USA defends its World Championship. The story of Team Combat may surprise you. With names like Crawdaddy and the G-Man, what would you expect? How about big-time home run power and spot-on technique? An entire season of slugging softballs comes down to this: 15 pitches and the chance to be the best home run hitter in the world. Strap in for a look ahead at the ASA Stadium Power Tour Finals from Miami. That story is on deck. Softball 360 is brought to you by ASA USA Softball, the national governing body of softball in the U.S. By Easton Sports, there is a difference. The difference is Easton. By Miken Sports, elite equipment for the elite player. Miken Sports. By DeMarini. Upgrade your game with the DeMarini Stadium CL22 and Flipper Aftermath. And by OfficialGear.com, the one-stop shop for umpires and officials.
Let me ask you a question. Who inspires you?
Jessica Moore.
Michelle Smith inspires me.
Greatness begins with a dream. Legends inspire dreams. Join the USA Softball Legacy Club and help us keep the dream alive.
Welcome back to Softball 360. I'm Carly Applin reporting from the World Cup of Softball. Now there's another championship chase in full swing. That's the ASA Stadium Power Tour. The world's greatest softball sluggers take on MLB parks across America. Let's check in with the biggest, baddest beasts of the Home Run Derby.
Dateline Miami FLA. The road to the Stadium Power Tour Finals leads here. The newest park in the Bigs, Marlins Park. Marlins Park was built on the site of the Orange Bowl, home to 5 Super Bowls and the original Miami Marlins minor league baseball team. Marlins Park seats 37,000 with air conditioning and a uniquely Miami feel. The massive retractable roof shields spectators from the heat and rain and also allows the natural turf to flourish. Plenty of amenities, including the world's largest bobblehead museum. All teams and even mascots are represented. But what may be the single most amazing feature? A full-blown aquarium behind home plate. Back in 2012, Kevin Flip Philby was a rookie on the Stadium Power Tour. Flipper made the most of that rookie season, winning the championship and a dramatic hit-off with the legend Brett the Hitman Helmer. Flip needs 11 to tie Helmer, and going into the last pitch, he's one behind. Holy Cuban coffee! Flip nails it and ties Helmer. Folks, we are headed to a hit-off, a one-on-one sudden death winner-take-all throwdown. Helmer bats first. The entire season is riding on this pitch, and the Hitman shanks it. Now Philby steps up. Here's the pitch, and there it goes. Kevin Flip Philby is the champion of the 2012 Stadium Power Tour.
It's about to get crazy in Miami tonight.
Will crazy repeat? Find out September 12th in Miami. For tickets and details, log on to softball360.com.
Keep in mind, only 5 Bombers will make it to the finals, and we're all getting excited for the road to Miami. More from the World Cup of Softball coming up right here on Softball 360.
Still ahead, Carly Applin goes one-on-one with Team USA head coach Ken Erickson. Is coachee prepping this team to represent America in the 2020 Olympics in Japan?
Welcome back to Softball 360. I'm Carly Applin at the heart and soul of softball, the 10th annual World Cup of Softball. The best women's softball teams from across the globe have gathered to crown a champion, including Team USA.
At the World Cup of Softball, it's easy for fans to shower their favorite sport and team with passion.
They've been playing for a very long time and they practice very hard.
I really like Team USA because they're really athletic and energetic.
If you're a parent, get your kids involved. A lot more girls are joining the teams and playing, and it just rolls by itself.
The World Cup features the best players on the planet, and the field and facilities at Bill Barber Park also reinforce the world-class atmosphere. And since it's the ASA, you know the umps are also at the top of their game.
You have to be confident in your call, and there are times where you kind of go, okay, did I get that right? In today's world, everybody's got a camera, everybody's got a cell phone. If you want to come out and ask me a question, come on out, we can talk, we can get it figured out. If you're not approachable, the players and coaches at this level, they'll know, and you'll have a tough time during the ballgame.
On the field, the spirit of Team USA is encapsulated by working hard, running fast, and hammering the softball.
It was one of those feelings sometimes when you hit, you know you got all of it, and it was just it's every hitter's dream to have that feeling.
Plan your work and work your plan. These are words Team USA lives by.
Team's been together for a short period of time, and for such a short period of time we just blended so well as a group. On and off the field we get along, and it's just an awesome experience.
At the helm, calm and cool, but always in charge, is head coach Ken Erickson.
Well, you know, if you don't win in the dugout and you don't win in the locker room, you're not going to win on the ball field. So I would say that the history of our successes in Team USA is not just getting the best players, but getting the best players that fit the system. So instead of the 17 best, I believe we have the best 17 that make up Team USA.
To many, he's known simply as Coach E. Now, the E could stand for energy or effort, but with Coach Erickson, the E really means educator, as in a full-time teacher of softball.
Play the game, play it the right way, and make sure that you're learning constantly and trying to progress to get better. Never really worry about the opponents. You're really worried about trying to take your team and strive for perfection. And in that striving, we also understand that you're hardly ever going to reach perfection on a consistent basis, but we'll accept excellence. And excellence, especially with Team USA, is pretty good.
Led by Coach Erickson, Team USA cruised past Team Japan in the finals for its 8th World Cup championship in 9 years. ASA Executive Director Craig Kress enjoys watching a team come together.
When you bring a group of kids together, athletes, they may be exceptional athletes, but you still have to mold the team. Still have to have time to prepare together, get to know each other. Coach Erickson does a great job of preparing the kids pitch by pitch, and it's a one-pitch game. We have to do all the things, and you're only going to get better when you do the right things, and Coach Erickson's a stickler for that, and we're very fortunate to have him.
For more on Team USA, head over to their website, and here's a quick look at their schedule and when you can catch them in action.
When Softball 360 returns, the freewheeling fellas from Team Combat share life lessons on homers, hitting, and having fun. Crawdaddy and the Tower of Power are in the on-deck circle. Softball 360 is brought to you by ASA USA Softball, the national governing body of softball in the U.S. By Combat Sports, not all bats are created equal. By Evil Sports, the best softball on the planet is evil. evilsports.com. By bpathletics.com. For the best service and price, bpathletics.com. By softballcenter.com, the site for major softball news. And by officialgear.com, the one-stop shop for umpires and officials.
What do you get when you combine the wily insights of a KG vet and the brute strength of the Tower of Power? Those are just some of the ingredients and part of the story of Team Combat on the ASA Stadium Power Tour.
Team Combat sports a clever mix of youth and seasoned experience, led by veteran Johnny McCraw.
I want to do well for Combat. I want to do well for myself. If I hit 15 for 50 in one event, I may quit the rest of the year, just not even show up. Because, I mean, you can't top that. I honestly still will go down in history as a guy that hits it further than anybody else. Even at 45 years old, I can still do it. I do have the experience, which I guess that means I'm old, but it's that along with the swagger I carry to these things and the smack talk that goes with it that the rest of these guys don't have. Like somebody stuffed the air hose that he needs to worry about. I mean, the only guy that can do it is probably the one sitting here talking to you right now, if you really want the truth of it. I mean, they walk in here with their chest bowed out. They walk out the door with their head between them.
McCraw claimed a championship on the Stadium Power Tour a few years back and played in the Houston Astros organization. Cocky and with a swagger, the Crawdaddy uses a super fast whip-like swing to send softball souvenirs deep into the yard.
Number 6.
Johnny Mack, Quick Draw, the Crawdaddy, whatever nickname he's using, Craw is always proud to be a combat man.
First of all, if you call me Johnny Craw one more time, I'm gonna show you what I do best. Our bats are made unlike anybody else's. We have precision molding, seamless technology, where our sweet spots are better than anybody's in the market. So when we do hit a ball, we still get away with it where other companies don't. And the people we have in this company, we're still gonna make the best products, and that gives us the best chance to win. This year on tour, I'm gonna be swinging the Combat Gilt. It's one of the bats in our line. It's a great name for this bat because I'm going to feel guilty hitting so many bombs and going so much further than everybody else, so it's a perfect name for this bat and this tour.
Meet the other half of Team Combat, the Tower of Power, Chris Grienert. And we do mean big. At 6'7" and close to 300 pounds, Big Bad Chris is one tough customer at the plate.
Never could imagine I'd be in the position I'm in now. Just the fact that I get the ball far. You know, people like to see me hit, and it just made me want to hit.
One word, scary. I mean, the guy's tattooed from head to toe. He's a monster. He's 6'5", 300 pounds, and there's not an ounce of fat on him. So he hits some of the furthest balls you've ever seen.
You actually really crush a ball, you can't even feel it. It just feels so smooth. You think you didn't get all of it, but you really did. I mean, it just takes off and everything just connects.
The Maryland native has a softball resume that reads like a champ. 2012 ASA Offensive MVP, 2012 ASA World Champion, and 2012 ASA World Series Home Run Champ. G-Man also led his team to the ASA title game at the ASA Super National on CBS Sports last season.
7 on the day, and we're going to make it 6 for 8.
He's a power lifter who can bench press a Buick.
Ready to show these older, overweight guys how to hit a ball.
Chris hopes to learn how to channel his power with technique.
You want to hit the furthest one, but the objects hit the most, so we probably have to change our approach. It's a year for combat in general. We've been doing some studies with these bats and these balls, and hopefully we put it together this year.
And I've been around it, and I know what it takes to win it. It's one thing to hit them further than anybody in this game, which we both do. So kind of backing off my long ball theory, and I want to get consistent and win this thing.
While Johnny Crawdaddy has the confidence needed to win it all, he wants to finish strong.
I want to go out in my career on a good note. I've retired from actually playing. If I can go out one more year and win this thing and just keep putting combat on the map.
The big man from North Carolina wants to go out a champion, and he still has the power to go out on top.
G-Man and Crawdaddy talk about double trouble. Now keep in mind that only 5 Bombers will make it to the finals in Miami on September 12th. That's all the time we have for you for this episode of Softball 360. Make sure to send us your story ideas at softball360.com and hit us up on Facebook and Twitter. I'm Carly Applin, and as I like to say, get out to the park and play.
Next week on Softball 360, celebrate softball Ohio style from the Stadium Power Tour at Great American Ballpark in Cincy. Our Ohio softball tour de force will showcase plenty in the Buckeye State to an ASA tourney at one of the biggest facilities in the world in Columbus. Please join us next week on Softball 360, presented by the ASA.